then event M followed by event N has M times N possible outcomes. Now in plain English, the shirt and pants problem, we just did the jerseys and pants. They had 4 colors shirts, 4 colors pants. How many different combinations? Well, there's 4 for the first step. Pick a jersey. 4 colors for the pants. Pick the pants. 4 times 4. There's 16 different things that could happen. How many ways could they get yellow shirts? Well, there's one way to pick yellow shirt out of 4. How many ways could they get green pants? One way out of 4. So 1 times 1 is 1, so it's 1 out of 16 chance. And you can use multiplication instead of making a tree diagram to find the number of possible outcomes in a sample space, because you don't always need it. Okay, so multiplication works a lot better than making a list. Show you what we're talking about. Find the total number of outcomes when a coin is tossed and a die, a number cube is rolled. How many things happen when you flip a coin? 2. How many things happen when you roll a die? Well, there's 6 sides on the die. So 2 times 6 equals 12. That's the total outcomes. They want you to check it, draw a tree diagram. That's the point of learning the fundamental counting principle, so we don't have to write this. So this is here to prove to you on page IN28 that it works. Okay, now if I asked you what's the probability of flipping the coin and having it land on heads and get 3 on the die, well, there's only one way to do that out of 12, so it would be 1 out of 12. Now let's take a better look. Find the total number of outcomes when choosing from bike helmets that come in 3 colors and 2 styles. Okay, how many colors are there? What they say. 3 colors. All right, so we need 3. How many styles? 2 styles. So what's 3 times 2? 6. There's 6 different types of bike helmets you can get based on their color and style. It's that simple. A lot faster than making a tree diagram. So like this, find the total number of outcomes from rolling a die, number cube, with sides labeled 1 to 6, and choosing a letter from the word numbers. Then find the probability of rolling 6 and choosing an M. Well, how many numbers are on a die? 6. How many letters are is in the word numbers? 7. So 6 times 7 is 42. There's 42 things that can happen. Now, we want to know what's the probability of rolling a 6 and picking an M. Well, we know it's going to be out of 42. How many ways can you roll a 6 on a die? One die. One way. If you reached in a bag with these 7 letters in there, how many ways could you pick out the letter M? Well, that'd be one way. So 1 times 1 is 1. So the probability is 1 out of 42, which is about 2.5%. So it's very unlikely it'll happen. See, in probability ranges from 0 to 1. Certain, impossible. The benchmark is half. 50-50 chance, even up. The closer the probability, if the probability is over a half, it's closer to 1, it's more likely. If it's under a half, closer to 0, it's less likely. The closer it gets to 0, the less likely. The closer it gets to 1, the more likely it is to happen. Okay? So here, you're going to go to the jean shop, and you want to find the probability of randomly selecting, it's Black Friday, and nothing's folded up because everyone's been going crazy at Old Navy, and jeans are flying everywhere. So you look, and you're looking for a 32 long, 34 waist, no, 34 waist, 32 long, slim fit. Well, there's 5 waist sizes, 3 lengths, 3 styles, so there's 45 different possible jeans you could pick, because you don't know what's what. It's a random pick. So, question is, how many ways can you pick 32? 1. How many ways can you pick 34 long? 1. How many ways can you pick slim? 1. So there's 1 times 1 times 1. It's one way to pick that pair of jeans out of how many possible pairs. Is that likely or unlikely? Well, it's a lot less than a half. It's unlikely. It's highly unlikely. Seems much simpler than actually having to sit there and make tree diagrams. So there you go. 2 number cubes are rolled. What is the probability that the sum of the numbers on the cubes is 12? How likely is that the sum would be 12? Well, how many numbers on a die? 6. And on another one, 6. So 6 times 6, there's 36 different rolls. How many ways can you roll a total of 12 on a pair of dice? If you remember from last homework, one way, double sixes. So 1 out of 36. How likely is the sum would be 12? Unlikely, because 1/36 is much lower than 1/2. It's closer to 0, so it's unlikely. Okay, here we go. You got a box of toy cars. It contains blue, orange, yellow, red, and black cars. A separate box contains a male and female action figure. Notice we didn't say doll. What's the probability of randomly choosing an orange car and a female action figure? Is it likely or unlikely that this is chosen? Combination chosen. Well, how many colors a car? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many different action figures? 2. So that's going to be 10. Alright, and now, how many ways can you pick an orange car one way and a female action figure one way? So you get 1 times 1 is 1 out of 10. Likely or unlikely? Well, 1/10 is, think of it as a decimal. 0.1. 10%. Is that more or less than 50%? Less is closer to 0, so it is unlikely that you're going to get the orange car with the female action figure. Alrighty? So here's what I've got for you to do. It should not be too rough. Okay? Pay attention to your directions. This page is Indiana 31 to 34, problems 1 to 23. It's really just counting and multiplying. Let me help you out with number 1, because choosing, you have to use your language art skills. They just want to know the total number of outcomes. Choosing a bagel with 1 type of cream cheese, okay, from the list below. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 types of bagels. That's cinnamon raisin. Raisin is indented and it's not capitalized, so it's 1. 1, 2, 3 kinds of cream cheese. Sun-dried tomato. 4 times 3 is 12. So there's 12 different ways. Okay, this is how Fridays and Applebee's can tell you about that 2 for $20 menu. It has over 105 combinations. There's not 105 different items on the menu. You just got a choice for entree and a choice for appetizer and a choice for dessert, and there's enough that if you multiply them, you get a number over 100. It's quite simple. You guys have a good day. Hopefully I'll be in to see you Wednesday. See how the medication holds out. Bye.